Today's recipe is fun. It's a peanut butter filled cupcake. Chocolate cupcake filled with basically a peanut butter frosting made with peanut butter and marshmallow fluff. You are gonna love it. Everybody loved it when we made it here in the kitchen. It's really delicious. And the base of it is a simple chocolate cake. I'm mixing all of my dry ingredients right in my mixer bowl because you just add all the ingredients to the bowl and mix it together. That was 1.5 cups of sugar, 3/4 of a cup of cocoa powder, and to that I'm adding 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour, 3/4 of a teaspoon of baking powder, and then 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda. 3/4 of a teaspoon of fine salt. If you're using coarse salt the way I often do, double the amount of salt. Whisk all your dry ingredients together. You can easily do this by hand. In fact, it's quite easy to whisk it by hand if you wanted to. I throw it on the mixer just because I have it, but don't feel like you can't make this cake if you don't have one of these standing mixers. To your mixer, add 2 large eggs. And start your mixer. Add 3/4 of a cup of buttermilk, 3/4 of a cup of warm water, and 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil. You could also use melted butter. I do that a lot of the times if I want to, but vegetable oil does give a really nice texture to the cupcakes that you don't quite get with the butter. It's a flavor versus texture thing, so it's your choice. Keep beating this until everything is combined. The warm water should break down any lumps that were in the cocoa powder, if there were any. There often are. This is a sprayed and then I dusted with cocoa powder muffin tin. It's a standard muffin tin and I'm not lining it with muffin liner. Have your oven preheating to 350 degrees and then fill your cupcakes about 2/3 of the way full. This recipe should make about 18 cupcakes. I like to use an ice cream scoop or even a measuring cup sometimes to pour my batter so that it doesn't make a big mess and you get even amounts in each well. So get these into your preheated oven, 350 degrees. They'll take about 20 minutes to bake. They should spring back when lightly touched. When the cupcakes have cooled on a rack, you want to remove some of the bottom. So use a melon baller to scoop out a piece. Save this piece because you're going to plug it up afterwards because you're going to fill it and then plug it up. So remove some of that and then just scoop out a little bit more. This part you don't have to save, just so there's room for the peanut butter filling. You do that with all of your cupcakes. Now you can make your filling. In my mixer I have 6 tablespoons of butter, unsalted, room temperature butter. To the butter add 1/2 cup of peanut butter. I'm using what I like to call dessert style peanut butter, which is your regular sweetened peanut butter, not the stuff that I actually like to eat at home, which is the unsweetened stuff. And 1.5 cups of marshmallow fluff. Beat to combine. There we go, that's good enough. That's your filling. If you wanted to, you can make extra, I suppose, and put some on the top as a frosting, but it's pretty soft, so you'd have to be careful. You might want to refrigerate it if you did that. These can be piped into your cupcakes. You can use a resealable bag with the corner snipped off. I like to use a pastry bag because I have them around, but not everybody does. I folded down the top so that I'd have something clean to hold on to, but I seem to have gotten a little bit on the edge. No problem. Then just pipe some filling into each cupcake. And then put the little plug that you took out back in. Boom, see? You can remove a little bit of the cake on the bottom of the plug so that it doesn't squish all of the filling back out of the cupcake. These guys deserve a pretty platter, I think. And then a little final touch, how about some powdered sugar? Such a beautiful presentation, don't you think? When you bite into them, you're gonna get a big surprise and it's gonna be a fantastic one. Oh, look at that. creamy peanut butter on the inside, rich chocolate on the outside. These are a surefire win.